Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be just on an eyeshadow look actually. So it's actually going to be centered around this palette. This is the NARS Quad Eyeshadow Palette in, what is this called? Taj Mahal. Very fancy. So this is brand new. I did not recently get this. I got it at least a month ago. Yeah, I got it a while ago. So I am just now opening it. Nice pretty packaging. The packaging for NARS is so sleek. So you guys can see here, brand new. Oh, that's my messy desk, ignore that. We're gonna take the little sheet thing off here. I'm gonna show you guys this palette. Oh, so pretty. Hopefully it's focusing. There we go. There we go. You guys can see that. Those are the colors. It is this, I'm hoping it showed up properly on camera, but it's a very warm palette. And I have been wanting to use it for a while. I think I'm probably gonna use some colors in my Mario palette. This is the Master Matte's eyeshadow palette. This is the, what is it called? Oh, I guess that is what it's called, Master Matte's. I thought it was called like nudes or browns or I don't know. But it's basically just their, or just his like matte neutral shadows. And I've definitely used this before. It's been a while though. So I'm going to create an eye look and then I'll probably do the rest of my makeup off camera and then just show you guys the finished look because I really want this video to just be centered around this palette. Okay, so before we begin, our tools. I literally have all of my favorite brushes in sets of 2. I'm a firm believer in dupes. I feel like if you like something, if you love something, get 2. It's fine. So this is my bigger fluffy brush. I don't know if you can still purchase this. I'll check. I bought mine at Ulta. If they still have them, I'll link it below. But this is the number 105. And this is part of their Airbrush line. Oh, It Cosmetics. Sorry. So this is It Cosmetics, these brushes. The rest of these are Hakuhodo. And they're, again, these are the same. These are the same. This is the 5523. No, 33. These are the 5533. You can see these have like a flat top, which is really nice for blending out. This might be my, I don't know. I don't know which one's my favorite, but this is a really, really good one just for blending. And actually all of these are blending brushes. And then this is the 5523. And you can see they're tapered and pinched right here. So this is perfect for like any type of crease work. So those are the brushes I'm going to use. I am going to use some, what do you call it? Some concealer. I'm going to use some concealer. If you have an eyeshadow primer, you can just use that. But I'm just going to use the Pat McGrath concealer. And this is not only going to even out your skin tone. Like if your eyelids are a little bit pigmented, and mine are, you can kind of see underneath, but I definitely do have some pigment in my eyes. So this is gonna even out that, but it's also going to help the color stick. So it's gonna help you with like pigmentation if you really want your eyeshadow look to pop. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the Hakuhodo J5533, the one with the flat top. And I'm going to go in with this, I'll show you guys, this color right here in the palette. And it is pretty light, but that's okay. I want it to barely kind of show. I just want it to be a really good transition color. And because I am putting it directly over concealer, it's going to stick more. So if it was a really deep, you know, color, then it would be harder to, I feel like, blend the other colors. So we're just getting the pigment on. Now sticking with the Mario palette, I'm going to switch up my brushes. So I'm going to use this tapered Hakuhodo J5523, and I'm going to go into this color right here. So it's a little bit darker. This is the one we just used. And now we're going a little bit darker. And just kind of lightly brush that in the crease. something that could be helpful depending on your eyelid. My eyelid, if you look at it, the top part definitely folds over. I feel like a lot of people have that. So because I can't really see the full eyelid, what I like to do is I like to kind of look up. This tends to help me. I kind of look up so I see my full eyelid space and I see what I'm working with. But just keep in mind that whatever you're doing, when you look straight and some of this fold goes over, I mean, it will change the look a little, but that's okay. So I like to look up, and I'm just going to buff this into the crease. Okay, and then I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna put this brush down. I'm gonna pick up the duplicate one I have that's clean. No product, I'm just going to, and instead of turning it this way, like turning it flat, I'm going to turn it to the side so it spans more of the eyeshadow. So like this. And I'm just going to buff. Now this could take some of the product. It could pick some of the product up, but I'm okay with that because I really just want it to be a nice, easy, like transition. I don't want the lines to be too harsh. So I'm okay if it picks up some of the product. Okay, now I'm gonna switch palettes. I'm gonna go into the NARS palette and I'm going to use this deep like burgundy color here. For the outer corner, I'm gonna switch over to the Morphe M506. So it looks like this. It's this tiny little blending brush, but it's kind of pointy. It just really narrows down the area where the color is gonna go. And because this burgundy color is pretty deep, I wanna have more control over where I'm placing it, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna pick up a good amount and then I'm going to tap it off because you can always go back in for more. And I'm going to kind of lay it right like this against my eye. And I'm going to kind of follow along. I'm gonna try my best to keep this at the outer 1/3 to 1/2 of the lid. So I don't want this darker color to come in too fast. Or I mean, come in too much. And I'm really just patting it, honestly. I'm not doing a lot of blending, more so just placing and patting. I tend to be more conservative with the deeper colors just because I feel like it's so much harder. Like if you make a mistake with a deeper color, a lighter color you can kind of like clean it up. A deeper color, I mean, you can still fix it, but I'll be honest, I'm not super good at fixing it. I don't want to have to restart. So I just kind of take it slow. Okay. So that looks pretty decent. Now, what I'm going to do, I think I'm gonna go back in with these brushes. You can see this one is a little bit more darker. This one has less. So I'm gonna take the one with less and I'm going back in the side. So I'm not trying to do the bigger motion. I'm gonna do a tighter motion. So I'm gonna hold the brush just like this and then like blend in this way. Hopefully that makes sense. And I'm just going to blend out the line. The top part of that burgundy line, I'm just gonna blend that out just a little bit. Okay, so we've blended out the burgundy. I can still see it. We might have to go back in and pack some more in later, but that's good enough for now, I think. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back into the NARS palette, but into this color right here, which is kind of like, it's kind of like a mauve rose gold. I swatched it. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Hopefully you will. It's kind of, I mean, it's pretty subtle looking, at least on the monitor, but it's really pretty like rose gold kind of color. So I'm gonna put that on the on the inner lid. And for that, I need a different brush. I'm going to use, I'm going to use this one. Good old trusty MAC 242. This is probably the best one of the best like packing brushes I own. It's so good, and I don't have a dupe. I need to buy a dupe. But anyways, yeah, so it's just a flat, looks like a little painter brush. It's perfect for getting right in here. And I'm thinking, you know what? Because this is such a subtle color, I'm not super good at it, but I'll try it. I think I'm gonna do a cut crease. So just gonna use some concealer for that. Going back in with that same concealer. Just gonna put some on my hand to work with. And yeah, I really could use a dupe because actually I want to use this brush for the cut crease. But I also want to use it for the color. What else do I have? Oh, I have this one. You know what? I'm going to use this one as long as there's nothing on it. Yeah, I think it's clean. Okay, so this is by Wayne Goss, and this is the 07 brush. So this actually might work out perfectly. So this is a small little tiny, I mean, it looks almost exactly the same as the M.A.C 242, but it's like tiny. This little Wayne Goss brush is real small. I'm going to attempt a cut crease. Okay, so now that I have the cut crease on, I'm going to go in with that color. Hopefully you're in the shot. I can't see. There we go. Okay. I'm going to go in with the M.A.C 242. And I'm just picking up this rose gold color. And I'm just going to pack it on to the concealer. Okay, and then I'm going to use that same brush, but I'm going in with this color right here, which is this like glittery rose gold color. And I'm hoping this will pack. And I'm just gonna put it right there in the center. And then just to blend the burgundy so it's not such a harsh line, I'm gonna go back in with the Morphe M506 and a little bit more of the burgundy color. And I'm just going to kind of go over that line of demarcation. Just to help blend. Okay, so I did a little digging and I found this. This is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Glitter Glue. Honestly, I don't even know if this is still, this is probably expired. I probably should not use this, but I don't have anything else right now. I mean, I could use more concealer, but I don't want to. I'm just gonna use this. This is what it looks like. It's this one right up here. I'm gonna pick up some of this and put it right there on the center of my lid where I want the glitter to sit. There we go. That's showing up a lot better. Okay, so this is what both eyes look like. I have shadow all over my face, but that's okay. That's why we did this first. So I'm gonna clean up my face, do the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come back to show you guys, of course, the final look. I definitely need eyeliner. I need to do my eyebrows, like everything. So I will be back. And I'm back. So as you can see, we did a full face of makeup today. It's just because the eyes, I felt like the eyes were kind of dramatic, so I wanted the rest of my makeup to match. But anyways, everything I used will be listed below in the description box. But because this video is centered around the eyes, I will tell you what I did after I turned off the camera. So I used these brushes. First, this is the Sigma Flat Definer E15. And this is what this looks like. So super skinny brush. And what I did was, I'm gonna put these down for a second. So I went back into the NARS palette and I took the dark burgundy color and I just kind of did a little bit of a tight line underneath my eyelashes. Then I used this one. This is the Makeup Forever 216. So this is a pencil brush, and I have definitely used this before. I have a good amount of pencil brushes, but this is my favorite pencil brush. It's so good. And so I went back into the Mario palette, and I used, was it this? No, I'm sorry. I got turned around. It was this color. I used this color over here, and then I just buffed over top of that burgundy color. So that's underneath my eyes. To highlight under my brow and in the corner of my eyes, I actually used this brush. So this is the Morphe E36. This is the best brush for inner corner highlights. And you can use this for under the brow. I feel like it's really good. But it's just this really like skinny little brush. It's perfect. So I went in with the lightest shade in the palette, which is this one over here. Because I wanted a highlight, but I didn't want it to compete with the glitter in the center of my eyes. So I kind of wanted a more matte highlight. And then of course I did mascara, my eyebrows, the usual stuff I do. But where is it? Oh, here it is. This is the Tom Ford, the Eye Defining Pen. And what's cool about this is they give you two sides. So one is like super small, and then the other one is just a little bit bigger, and they're felt. It's like a felt tip, so it makes it really easy to apply your eyeliner, just depending on how thick you want. So I didn't do too thick, as you can see. I feel like you can kind of see there. But yeah, this is while I'm up here, I'll just show you guys. This is the finished look. I still got transfer, even though I went over my eyes with powder. I feel like, didn't I use powder? Yeah, I used powder from the Mario palette. I still got transfer on my eyelid, the upper part of my eyelid. So like you can't really see it at all when you're looking straight ahead. But if I were to look up, there was definitely a good amount of glitter. So what I did was I just took a Q-tip and I looked up and I just kind of like wiped a little bit. Not too much because I didn't want to like disturb it, but I did have to wipe a little bit. But it's fine. It is what it is. It's my eyelids. So, but this is what they look like. Okay, so I zoomed out a little just so you could see the makeup from this point of view. But yeah, you guys, I really love this. I think it turned out so pretty. And I like never really do like full face of makeup, or at least I haven't in a while. So this full-on glam, I'm like loving it. I wish I had somewhere to go. Sad story, I don't, but that's okay. It's still, it was fun. I liked it. And as far as the palette goes, this was really easy to use. I love it. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play with this color, but that's fine. It's always next time. But yeah, these three went on really nicely. I will say I did need to use, to get the look that I was going for, I did have to use this Too Faced Shadow Insurance to get this shimmer to like really pop, but I'm okay with that because I feel like it's versatile. You can do this, or if you just want a light wash of glitter, you don't have to use this. You just take your brush, dip it in there, and then kind of just like brush it on, and it'll give you a little bit more of a subtle rose gold, you know, shimmer. So that's nice. But I really like this palette. I'm gonna call this a win. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you liked this video, if you liked the makeup, if you liked the palette, yes. And if you have any questions, again, check the description box for what I'm wearing. But if you have any questions at all about the palette specifically, or I don't know, you know, makeup, life, whatever, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.